The truth about survival. If the world collapses tomorrow, most people will think the strongest survives, or the one with the most weapons. They're wrong. In real disasters, wars, blackouts, famines, hurricanes, the people who survive long-term are not the most aggressive. They're the most valuable. Because in a post-apocalyptic world, currency collapses, but value doesn't. And if you understand survival science, anthropology, and real-world disaster case studies, you'll realize something powerful. Your goal isn't just to survive. Your goal is to become indispensable. Today, we're breaking down exactly how to do that, using real survival psychology, biology, and historical evidence. 1. First principle. Biology decides everything. Before you think about weapons or leadership, you need to understand human biology. In extreme conditions, the body follows predictable rules. 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter in extreme cold, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. This isn't YouTube theory, it's wilderness survival doctrine used by organizations like U.S. Army survival training programs. So ask yourself, what skills directly protect those timelines? If you can extend someone's survival clock, you become valuable. That's the foundation. The most valuable skill. Number 1. Water systems knowledge. After disasters, people don't die from lack of bullets. They die from diarrhea. After the Haiti earthquake, cholera outbreaks killed thousands, not because water didn't exist, but because clean water didn't. In survival biology, contaminated water leads to dehydration faster than no water at all. If you know how to identify flowing versus stagnant sources, how to build a gravity filtration system, how to use solar disinfection, SODIS method, how to boil water efficiently without wasting fuel, how to build a charcoal and sand filtration column, you are not helpful, you are essential. In group survival psychology, the person who controls water security becomes central to the tribe. Learn hydrology basics, learn pathogen transmission, learn primitive and improvised filtration. Water knowledge equals survival leverage. Number 2. Thermal regulation. Cold kills faster than hunger. Hypothermia begins at a core temperature of 35 degrees Celsius. Cognitive decline starts before you realize it. The body loses heat through conduction, convection, radiation, and evaporation. This is physics, not drama. If you understand heat transfer, you can build debris huts that trap radiant heat, use reflective materials, mylar, foil, properly, insulate with trapped air layers, prevent ground conduction with elevation. This is why homeless survival strategies in winter rely heavily on cardboard. Trapped air is insulation. The person who understands heat loss physics becomes the one who keeps people alive at night. That's power. Number 3. Medical literacy. In collapsed systems, infection becomes the real predator. Before antibiotics, minor cuts killed people. Understanding wound irrigation, clean water under pressure, infection signs, red streaking, heat, swelling, improvised splinting, basic triage principles, fever management makes you exponentially valuable. During disasters like Hurricane Katrina, community medics were more valuable than armed civilians. Why? Because injury is inevitable, but untreated injury is fatal. If you can reduce mortality risk inside a group, you become non-replaceable. 5. Social value, the forgotten survival factor. Anthropology shows early human survival depended on cooperation. Studies of hunter-gatherer societies reveal something consistent. Selfish members get expelled. Expelled members die. Even in modern disasters, from the siege of Sarajevo to prolonged blackouts, tight social groups outlived isolated individuals. Your emotional regulation becomes survival currency. If you stay calm during scarcity, solve conflicts, distribute resources fairly, avoid panic behavior, you become psychologically stabilizing, and stabilizers are rare. In survival psychology, this is called stress contagion. Calm spreads just like panic. Become the calm.
6. Food is not about hunting. It's about energy math. Movies teach you to hunt. Science teaches you calorie efficiency. Hunting large game burns massive energy with uncertain return. Foraging, trapping, and calorie-dense plant knowledge are often more efficient. Understanding basic edible plant identification principles, insect protein sources, passive trapping systems, caloric return on effort makes you useful long-term. In famine case studies, knowledge of overlooked food sources determines survival rates. Value is not about bravery. It's about efficiency. 7. The hidden skill, systems thinking. The most valuable people in collapse scenarios understand systems. Water affects health. Health affects labor. Labor affects food production. Food affects morale. Everything connects. If you can think in cause and effect chains, you become a strategic asset. Most people think tactically. Few think systemically. In real survival, systems thinkers become natural leaders, even without trying. 8. The dark truth. Violence is overrated. Let's address it. Yes, security matters, but history shows something uncomfortable. Communities built on cooperation outlast raider groups. Raiding is short-term gain. Stability is long-term survival. Look at prolonged conflict zones. Groups that farm, trade, repair, and organize persist. Groups that only take collapse internally. If you want to become valuable, be the one who builds, not just the one who defends. 9. Mental adaptability, the ultimate currency. Cognitive rigidity kills. In disaster psychology, those who survive longest show flexibility, creative improvisation, emotional tolerance for uncertainty. This is why training your brain now matters. Practice, problem-solving under stress, cold exposure adaptation, skill stacking, learning without tools. Because in collapse scenarios, tools break, skills remain. 10. So, who actually becomes indispensable? Not the strongest, not the loudest, not the one with the biggest stockpile. The most valuable person in a post-apocalyptic world is someone who secures water, preserves heat, reduces infection, stabilizes group psychology, understands systems, thinks long-term. That person becomes the center of gravity. And when you become the center of gravity, you don't just survive. You shape the future. Final message. If civilization collapses, your money disappears, your job title disappears, your social media disappears. What remains? Biology, physics, psychology, community. Start building value now. Learn one survival science skill deeply, because in a world without currency, competence is currency, and the most valuable person is the one who keeps others alive.